What's up guys, this is NBA Lou here with another video, and in today's video we'll be breaking down the best scenarios and fit for James Harden. But before we get into the video, like always, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. It only takes like 2 seconds, so yeah, just please do that. Much love. Now let's get into it. Now before we get into the teams that might land him, let's talk about the teams that no longer have interest in him. The Miami Heat. The Rockets wanted Tyler Herro involved during the trade talks with Miami, but the Heat did not want to give up Tyler Herro, considering it makes no sense to trade him when they have good chemistry. He's only going to get better. So yeah, it makes sense as to why the Heat are not going to give him up. And the Heat are in a position to potentially make another finals run again, so it doesn't make sense to ruin that chemistry. Okay, so for number 1, I have Harden to the 76ers for Ben Simmons, Ferguson, a 2021 and a 2023 first round pick. Now, I like the trade for the 76ers more than I like it for the Rockets, because you pair Embiid and Harden and they're instantly a top 4 team in the East. Embiid always needed that second star too to like help carry them as well. Harden also spaces the floor a whole lot more for Embiid. I'm not sure why hold on to Simmons. If I'm the Sixers, I'd make it happen. They've already tried the experiment with Simmons and Embiid. Trust the process. Now they make Harden and Embiid a thing. Plus, if you look at the 76ers roster, they fit completely with Embiid and Harden. 76ers have shooters like Danny Green, Tobias Harris, players who fit with them. And if you look at the Lakers, a lot of their success comes from that, surrounding Anthony Davis and LeBron with shooters, because that's ultimately a great way to put your team in the best position to have success. So that's why I like that trade scenario. Moving on to number 2, Harden to the Nuggets for Gary Harris, Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., a 2021 and a 2025 first round pick. Now for the Rockets, that's a great trade for them, as they get great potential and picks. But if I'm the Nuggets, they should consider trading Murray. Now hear me out when I say this. Yes, Murray had a great 2020 playoff run. Yes, he's still young, but I don't ever think he will become the player Harden is, and I'm pretty sure the Nuggets want to win now, considering the roster that they do have. Plus, having 2 ball-dominant players can affect the chemistry with Harden and Murray as well, so that's another thing I view too. Murray also holds a lot more value, meaning that they wouldn't have to trade as much, and they can keep a shooter either Gary Harris or at least Michael Porter. I don't think they can keep the 2, but if they can, that would be much better. But realistically, the Rockets are asking for a lot, as they fit well with Harden because they're just catch and shoot players. Any catch and shoot players fit well with your top ranked superstars. That's literally how it almost always works. Now for number 3, I have James Harden to the Warriors. This is my favorite one. James Harden to the Warriors for Wiggins, Wiseman, a 2021, 2023, a 2025 first round pick. Now let's get into some details. Now this trade may not be a great one, but could potentially be one. Now the Warriors can go for one last run, one last dynasty, as Curry is 32, Klay is 30, Draymond is 30, and Harden is 31. They're all headed towards the end of their career primes, and can go for one last playoff run. Now, if I'm the Warriors, I'd try my best to keep Wiseman and replace him with like an Oubre, as the Rockets don't really need another big man. They already have DeMarcus Cousins, the young stud Christian Wood, so that wouldn't make sense. Now, the Rockets would have a solid core in John Wall, Oubre, Wiggins, Tucker, and Wood, and DeMarcus Cousins, of course. Warriors also keep a big man that they desperately needed while getting better, in my opinion. You pair up Steph with Harden, and that's at least, just them 2 alone, that's a fifth seed team. Then with Klay and Draymond coming back in the frame, they become instant contenders, as Klay and Steph don't really need the ball much, they just catch and shoot, which fits perfect with Harden, and they fit with players like that, ball dominant players, as we've seen with Kevin Durant. Now they won't have as much depth, but with a team like that, you won't really need much depth. Let's be real here, which is why that is my favorite trade. Now, one last one is the Brooklyn Nets trade, but it wouldn't make sense in my eyes, just because there will be 3 ball dominant players with Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, and Dinwiddie also partially tore his ACL recently, so I won't have much explaining here to do, as I think that's pretty obvious to many basketball fans. So yeah, that's the last one. Well, that wraps up the video, guys. If you guys would like for me to do more videos like this or breaking down more videos, please feel free to drop a comment down below. As always, thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Peace.